Been talking with another young brother. He's been having a hard time. He really has. And I've talked to him, and we're going to use him to introduce Brother Shad. And we're going to use him to come and introduce, and we'll just let him speak what's on his heart. That's a hard thing, to stand here and not have something written out. It's hard enough to have something written out and get in front of people and deliver a speech. But this isn't about delivering a speech. It's about preaching what's in your heart. And that's a hard thing sometimes, Chad, because the devil will beat us up. And he'll give us a hard time. But we're going to use him to come and introduce and to lead in prayer. And then we'll use Brother Elisha, if it's all right, and Brother Mike, and then we'll let Brother Chris close it out. But everybody's got to be praying that God's will be done. Just about a couple of weeks ago, I believe it was Neil Armstrong passed away, the first man to ever take a step on the moon. And shortly before he died, he made a little trip over into Israel. He got to go over there. He wanted to go over there before he died and passed away. And he got to go, and as he walked down some of the little roads and some of the off-beat paths that he went on, he said the feeling that he had that maybe he could put one foot where Jesus had stepped was greater than his step on the moon. He said he felt better about that what if he could take one step where Jesus had walked. He said, and that meant more to me than my step on the moon. And I was glad to hear him say that. And you know, that's the way that we ought to be. We ought to be following the Lord with everything that's in us. And if He would bless us to ever take one step in the direction towards Him, the way that He would want us to, that's a blessing, Brother Trey. God is good to us. Come on, Brother Shad. Everybody pray for Brother Shad as he comes. Take your time. Just do your own way.
I do need your prayer this morning. You know, I guess I kind of feel like Neil Armstrong. I feel like I'm standing where the Lord's been.
Yeah.
And I feel it every time I'm here.
Yeah. Lord.
You know, it seems like every time I come in that I don't get my first blessing when these brothers start singing or when they start preaching. It's when I look out on a crowd like this and I see someone who I may think may be lost. And you know, that's a bittersweet thing.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's bitter because, you know, they are lost. But it's sweet because maybe they're coming looking for something that I did a long time ago.
Lord, bless you.
If you're lost today, every one of us up here, we've been in your shoes.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're hard shoes to fill. They really are. You know, I need your prayers, like I said this morning. You know, I believe the Lord puts people in your life to help you along this journey. And you know, about 5 years ago, I met a little girl when I graduated high school. And you know, I felt like I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. That's the way a lot of us feel in this world. You know, but when I seen this girl, I thought, you know, I'm going to chase after this girl. And you know, she knew what kind of person I was. A lot of people do, and a lot of people still think I'm that way today, and it's sad that I don't get to talk to everyone. You know, it takes me 4 hours to get here, but it's 4 hours well spent. And you know, I think that's the first time I really started preaching was when I be by myself in my little car.
Amen.
And I started talking to my Lord. You know, I was talking to a man the other day, Curtis Newsome here, and he said, you know, he'll be praying. He said, it's just like it's just me and the Lord there. And that really touched me. Because I know how that feels today. You know, I grew up without a father. Didn't have much to depend on, but little did I know, I've had a father all along. He's been there with me through it all. But you know, when I met this girl, I started talking to her there, and she said, you know, the only way I'm going to give you the time of day is if you'll go to church with me and you'll meet my parents.
Yeah.
That was a sacrifice that I felt like I could make.
Yeah.
2 hours on a Sunday, I could sit and play the part.
Yeah.
And meeting the parents, I've met a lot of parents. A lot of parents probably aren't happy that they met me, but you know, it seemed like it wasn't too long after we had been together a little about a year, and I married that girl, and she's still my wife today. And I kept going to church with her, and half the time I couldn't keep my eyes open. I just wanted to sleep. I was still living for this world every waking moment.
Yeah.
And I hated coming to a church. I really did, because it would condemn me.
Yeah.
And nothing could ever hurt this boy. Or so I thought.
Yeah.
You know, but as the time went on, I started listening to what these brothers were saying.
Yeah.
And you know, I started working at little coal mines. And I was making good money. Real good money. Me and my wife could go every weekend. We could go out shopping. We could get anything we wanted. You know, I had to work hard for that money, and I had to crawl deep underground for it. But I didn't think much of it until I started listening to these brothers. I couldn't figure out why these brothers were so happy with what they were doing. Because I wanted things in this world. I wanted to drink. I wanted my drugs.
Yeah.
I wanted things that I should never have been exposed to.
Yeah.
And you know, it seems like when I look back on those times, I have a lot of regret. And if you would have asked me back then where I would be today, I would have told you, Dad, and I would have believed it. Because I didn't, this world had me. And I thought I had it. But you know, one time my wife had went to sleep one night, and I went out and sat on my front porch and was, you know, smoking me a little cigarette there, and I finally I said, Lord, if you're actually listening to me, if you can hear sinners' prayers, I said, I need a witness. I need a sign. I need to know that I need to come to you. I need to know that all this stuff they're preaching is true, because something's hurting me inside. There's a hole being dug every time I hear these brothers preach, and I can't feel it with the things of this world. And you know, I should have been careful what I asked for. I went to sleep that night, and it didn't seem like I'd been asleep maybe an hour. And I started having a little dream, and it's just as real as me standing here today. I seen all these brothers and all these sisters. They were all shouting, and I couldn't figure out why, just walking hand in hand. And I was standing behind a little rock, and they were just out in a little valley. Everybody's so happy. I couldn't figure out what was going on. But you know, then I seen something. I seen Sister Kathy, you know, and I seen her walking there happy, but the weird thing about it was I seen Brother Eddie, and he was walking with her. And they were just walking hand in hand, and I knew what was going on. In that dream, I was dreaming the Lord had come back. And you want to talk about being 10 foot tall and bulletproof? I was about this big. And I've never been so ashamed in my life, and that was just a little dream. And when I woke up, I couldn't go back to sleep. I had a pain in my chest that I'd never felt before. I thought I was dying. And I thought if I went back to sleep, that it would be over and I'd wake up in the devil's hell today. But you know, I suffered through it. I didn't go back to sleep. I had to be at work in 5 hours, and I just couldn't put myself to sleep. I couldn't eat. I should have been careful for what I said. But time went on, and I would maybe sleep 2 or 3 hours a night because I just couldn't stay asleep. I was afraid that I was going to die, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that's right.
But you know, a little later on, I had another dream. I had one night where I said, I'm not healthy here. I'm going to have to sleep tonight. So I went to bed early, and another dream came to me. I had a dream that I was back out with my friends, and we were doing things of this world. You know, we were out drinking, jumping off rocks into a little lake. And I had a dream there was this real tall rock, and none of my friends would touch it. And I said to him there, I'm going to go up there and jump off that rock. I'm going to show you what it's like.
Yeah.
And it seemed like no sooner than I hit that water, I sank 100 foot. I couldn't find my way back up, and it seemed so real to me. I was gasping for air. And I woke up again, not being able to go back to sleep. And I was getting sick, bro.
Yeah.
And I started listening to these brothers every Sunday. And I just kept letting Sundays go by. And they just kept going by. But then I met a little man who's back here on this wall. His name's Barry Tiller. He was a big witness in my life. You know, one Sunday he was over here visiting, and he called my father-in-law a little after, and he said, "Who's that boy sitting up front?" And Chris told him, he said, "That's my son-in-law, Shad." You know, he said, "What's he waiting for?" And you know, I thought that I could hide that thing. I thought that nobody else could see it, because I wouldn't let nobody see me cry. I wouldn't let nobody see any emotion in me. But somehow that man seen what I was going through. And you want to talk about making that hole a little deeper.
Yeah.
Because it really did. I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. I had no idea what to do with my life. And you know, it seemed like not long after it had got to the point where I couldn't stand it anymore, because I was going to die if I didn't do something. I couldn't find any comfort. And all there is pleasure in sin.
Yeah.
And that's the pleasures that made me comfortable. You know, I got to thinking, I said, I need help. And just like I said, I believe the Lord will put people in your life to help you through tough times. Whether it's with the war, whether it's with anything. But I called my father-in-law, Chris. And I said, "Chris, I can't do this on my own. I've got too much pride. And I've still got pride in me today. You know, you're never going to be perfect in this thing. If you lived a little over 2,000 years ago, you may have seemed perfect, but you're not going to see it anymore." So I called Chris there and I said, "I need your help." I said, "I'm ready to go. I just need that push." And you know, we had that little meeting there Sunday, and as soon as the brothers started singing, I cried for the first time. I cried like a little girl. And I cried the whole time because I knew what was coming. And I was scared. I was never scared. Nothing could scare me. But I was scared of my Lord. I was scared of this thing here. I didn't know what to do. But I'll tell you what, when he brought me up there and everybody started to come around and hug me, every time somebody hugged me, that hole started filling. And by the time everybody got done, it was almost full. And it seems like every time I obey the Lord, something good happens to me. They took me up that next Sunday on Easter, you know, and they baptized me. The water was a little cold, but I was ready to go. They dipped me in that water and it took my breath away, but I honestly feel when I came back up, I took a new breath. A breath that never tasted so sweet, and I was in the creek. You brothers go ahead and get you the song. I just want to tell one thing, you know. Me and my wife, for the longest time, we got married and wanted a child. And you know, I loved kids my whole life. And I wanted to be something that I never had, and that was a father. You know, when we went for a long time trying to have a child. And it seemed like things weren't going our way. The doctors had told Rachel she had a few little problems, and she would pray on it, I would pray on it, I would pray on it, not even know if I was being listened to. But I had nowhere else to turn. And it seems like when you have nowhere else to turn, there is somewhere you can turn. We got to let people know that today, church isn't an old person thing. You look right here, and there's so much blessing in this little man right here, and this young brother right here, as well as the old brother. But you know, not too long after my wife found out she was pregnant, and you want to talk another, I didn't think I could be near as happy as I was when I finally joined church. But I was extremely happy. And she went to the doctor, and they were trying to figure out when was the day, you know, that my little girl was put where she was, and that doctor told her that we believe that you got pregnant back on this little Sunday, the Sunday that I got baptized. You know, I'm not much with science, but I'll tell you what, I honestly believe the Lord will. He'll provide for you if you obey Him today.
Yeah.
There's joy in obedience. And let me tell you, there's love in my Lord today. Brothers, go ahead and get you the song.
Well done.
I couldn't begin to tell you how much the Lord's done for you today.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't leave here today. I could go all day.
Yeah.
You need to count your blessings, you really do. It seems like I fought the Lord a lot when I was coming to the church. And I fought the Lord a lot when I was coming to this same meeting. I've been silent for so long. I don't believe the Lord's gave me something to talk about now.
Church door is open.
I fought a lot of things in this world. I fought a lot of people.
Any way that they would want to.
But I tell you what, every time I fought my Lord, I lost. And I lost that battle hard, and I'm glad we restored down.
A recommendation. We'll gladly take it. If you're looking for a home, we'll gladly receive you. This ain't about perfection. It is about obedience to doing what God would have you to do. And we're far from being perfect in this world. We're far from being perfect. That's good. You are. Yeah. I tell you what,
just help somebody find the Lord today. Just light that road for them on life that they work with. But we're not going to save everybody. But you better believe we're going to try.
that's right.
And we may aggravate you about coming to church on Sunday. But you can't tell me when you leave here you don't feel a little better about yourself. That you don't feel something inside of you. And I hope today in the Lord, when you leave here,
If there's anybody else, we're glad to
I hope the Lord be on your heart today. It's the best thing you've ever
Sister
seen.
Mildred gave her hand to the church. We're going to take her in by these stories. Yeah. Pressing on.
They don't know my situation. It is grand, it is grand. Father's riches of the road. I have wells that can't be told. And my kids that never grow old. In this yeah, bless the Lord. Yeah. A lot of people think that we they really do. When you talk about the other regular Baptists, you talk about Jesus, they say we're weird. You know, I live in North Carolina. We don't have churches like this here. But you know, it's not I've been to a church like yours. She said, I've seen those sisters, how they're just raising their hand and screaming like they're on fire. And I just had to tell them they are on fire today. It's a fire that you can't see and it ain't going to burn you. But I'll tell you, that fire will make you feel so good. Any calls I will answer. It is grand, it is grand. I may leave at the break of day, and they'll find the empty place. And I wonder what they'll say in this land. God, for all those who've been able to make it out here today. Oh, Lord God, I want to thank you, dear Lord, for feeding my heart this morning. Lord God, I just ask that you bless these brothers, God, that's going to come here after me, Lord. Lord God, I pray unto you, dear Lord, please remember our children here today, dear God. Lord, be with that little Kaiser family here today, Lord. Please help them to find some comfort here today, dear God. I couldn't imagine the things they're going through. But Lord, if they put it in your hands, I believe everything will be all right today. Lord God, here's my little niece here today, dear Lord. Lord God, if I have any other blessings coming my way, dear God, I would gladly give it to these little children on this prayer list today, dear Lord. Lord God, remember all those ladies on here with child, dear Lord. Lord, cradle those children while they're in the womb, dear Lord, and keep your hand on them throughout their lives, dear God. Touch their heart when they need it, dear Lord. And Lord God, remember the names on this little prayer list today, dear Lord. Remember Brother David, take today, dear God. He hasn't been feeling too well, dear Lord. He needs you here today, dear God. And Lord God, I ask God that you remember all our soldiers today, dear God. Whether they be overseas or here at home, dear God. I want to thank you for the things they fight for today, dear God, that we may be able to gather here today. Things could be a lot worse, and we would have to hide something like this. But I want the whole world to know what the Lord has done for us. And Lord God, I ask that you be with my little cousin Mark today. He's lost in this world, so many, dear God. And if there be one here today who's lost, dear Lord, I ask God that you'll be on their heart when they leave here today. We don't have a promise of tomorrow, but we do have a promise, God, from you that you're going to come back for us one day. And Lord, we're going to be ready for you today, dear God. And Lord, be with those today who's traveled out as they go home today, dear God. Lord, keep them safe. Maybe next week we can have another little meeting like this on Sunday. And Lord God, I ask all these things in your precious Son Jesus' name.